Hello, NXL faithful. It's your boy K1 bringing you back the arcade fun. So today we're going to go through Street Fighter Arcade, Street Fighter 1 with Ken. Let's get into it.
Hey, I was waiting for you.
So today's topic, I'm going to say, just came recently. Like, I wasn't thinking of this much, but like this one got to me very much. So I think the past few weeks ago, or it was last week, in which Blaze Blue Cross Fighter came out and said that their initial roster is going to be 20 characters, and then announced that they're going to have 20 DLC characters to make the full roster 40, and that's going to start off with Blake from Ruby. And that got to me because that's funny, because when Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite came out and they started with 30-something characters, everyone was getting so pissed off. Now, majority of that came from the fact that their favorite characters weren't in it, or like no X-Men because the Fox deal hadn't been done yet. But like, that's what I don't get. So they can do 20, no one talks about it. Dragon Ball Z Fighters is getting 24 characters at start. I mean, only one you have to unlock, and everybody's not saying nothing. But then Marvel does it, and everybody was blowing it out of proportion and getting pissed, saying, what the hell, why is there so low characters and all that? But these people come out with Dragon Ball and Blaze Blue come out with 20 characters, and nobody just bats an eye. I don't get that. So what I'm getting at is just like, when is enough just in people's standards? When is it right to have this many characters while this game has this many characters? Now I know everybody wants to do things their own way. Oh, jeez, Abigail, corner horn much? Dang it. But yeah, so just what is the big hype with, is it because your favorite character was in it for mainly Dragon Ball and Blaze Blue, and then, the whole thing with Marvel, since Marvel is swept in controversy and crud? I just don't get some of this, but what would I know? But still, like, what is the right number of characters to give people? Is it 20, 30, 40? And then, of course, with DLC, so we round it out to what, 50, maybe 60, I know from, like, Marvel's standpoint, the main other reason was because, we started Marvel out, counting Marvel 1 and 2, and we had, like, almost over 60 to 70 characters from 2. So I know some people are still holding that over our heads. But, like, you think about... Blaze Blue, I understand 40 characters because it has 4 franchises in it, which makes sense, because of course you're going to need plenty of time to round out the characters, to make sure everything is even. And then for DLC with 20, that means, different personas, Ruby characters, Blaze Blue characters, depending on popularity. I mean, the whole thing of the concept is popularity, who they want to see, who fan favorites are. So I get that. But, Marvel just seemed to get, like, literally was the scapegoat for all people's rage when it came to that. And I just don't understand that. I mean, now that Fox is, like, now back under the Marvel banner, I mean, people aren't going to see that. And I do expect that, now that that's going to happen, all your favorite characters will come back, and... you'll get who you wanted, and hopefully we get all the classics. The rumor is Captain Commando, Green Goblin, Dr. Octopus, I think Ashura, and a few, like, backstage from number 2 are supposed to be coming, but, that's just in the future. But I know like DLC is like a very small, is like a very sensitive topic among gamers today, because it's like we know that DLC extends the life of a game, but like I guess people are always saying like, you know, DLC is just a nickel and dime, which we know it is on certain levels. On other levels, it actually does hold a very good life extension for a game. But you know, when you're paying for an original content, that's where I believe DLC is wrong. They shouldn't cut pieces out of the story and put that later on. Like Marvel, like I mean not Marvel, Street Fighter V gave us the story for free. I mean, you know, they should have just included that, but hey, they didn't charge you for that, so I give them that. They're just smart. Ah, dang it. But like, you know, you got to remember that all of that falls on the gamer himself or herself. You know, costumes, that's your choice. Extra DLC characters, that's your choice. Because let's face it, they updated so you can play almost everybody online. And you know, recently when this came out, they had Sakura for free. So you know, got to try her before you buy her. So you know, that's all on you guys right there.
Round one. Fight.
But like, what is the main thing with roster these days? Do you think too much hinders the game? Is it too little hinders the game? What? I mean, that's just what I'm trying to understand. Like, why did Marvel take all the heat for that, and everybody else seems to do it, and nobody just said anything? I mean, I know a few people did, but most people didn't just get up in arms like it did for Marvel. I mean, as long as there's new characters... Oh yeah, that's another thing. Another major thing was, they said that Marvel brought back majority of people from Marvel vs. Capcom 3 as repeats. Yet we forget that Injustice, what did they bring back? Majority of people from Injustice 1, like Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. Nobody says that. Blaze Brew brings back the classics like Ragna, Alice. I mean, Ruby we knew was going to be the first one, along with Weiss. Persona, I mean, I was expecting the guy from number 5, but you know, he's probably going to be DLC later down the line. But I'm surprised all 4 Ruby girls didn't make it in. But we know they're definitely going to, like, Blake's going to be the first DLC. And Yang will probably be, like, later down the line as well. But hey, that's just my 2 cents on the matter, so, you know, to each their own. Nice, Prince of Darkness. Under their master's tutelage, the 2 young warriors train relentlessly. Their fights will continue today, tomorrow, and well into the future. That is true. The eternal rivals.
Congratulations.
What in the world? Okay, this kind of doesn't make any sense. I mean, if it was just Ken and Ryu, like, later down the line, but what the hell is Chun-Li doing here? Like, you didn't show up to Street Fighter 2, so I don't get this. I don't.
Thank you for playing.
Well, thank you, NXL Faithful, for joining me through that. And remember to comment below on today's topic. So what do you think? Do you think people blew Marvel's roster out of proportion, or do you think you have a legitimate gripe with that? So, you know, agree, disagree, leave that in the comments below. Once again, thank you all for joining me. And be sure to stay tuned to Need Extra Life for not just more Street Fighter arcade run-throughs, but also Dragon Ball Z Fighters, which will have both the story, arcade, and some online battles coming very soon. Very, very soon, since the game releases in 2 days. But once again, this is your boy K1. Have a great day.